up, everybody? Welcome to BioS3 Raw TV. We got another video tonight that's probably going to piss some people off. And this one, like, here's the deal. There was like a big battle before of the scientific community and the bros, right? And the people that I think bitch and complain the most about science and scientific studies and papers are not even the scientists, okay? It's not even like scientists and doctors. The people that complain the most are idiots online that are wannabe scientists or want people to think that they know what the fuck they're talking about or that they actually understand shit. So what they do is say, well, science says, and there are studies that are based, first of all, scientists don't even give a fuck about the studies that they're doing. It's not like they've got any fucking hand in it. A lot of scientists just basically are out there looking for information. And get this, scientists are the biggest bros out there. Scientists base a lot of their studies, their findings, etc., their research they're going to do on a theory, on a fucking hunch, on a hypothesis, which is an educated guess. Who the fuck says it's educated? Anyways, you guys get where I'm going, right? So basically, a scientist will say, we have this theory and we're going to test this theory and we're going to have this study, and that the outcome of this study is going to basically make it biblical. Like, this is the word of God, this is science, this is the way it is. But it started with a bro idea of having a fucking theory. They go, well, this is like this and this is like this. Well, how the fuck is that like that? Let's see if we can replicate that. It was a fucking bro. The scientist himself was a fucking bro. All right, besides the point. But these fucking people that are always hopping on, well, where's the studies, Jerry? Show me the studies. I can't find any studies. If the studies don't say it happened, then it fucking never happened, right? Here's the thing. This is why, and I'm not saying all studies are bad. I'm not saying all science is bad. I'm saying that not everything is as legit as you think, especially in the supplement industry, the food industry, medical industry, pharmaceutical industry. There's a lot of bullshit going on. Now, Stan Efforting, who I've met Stan a couple times, real nice guy, strong as a motherfucker, big as an ox, just super nice guy, right? So he put up on his Instagram a thing about caffeine. The headline is, caffeine does not dehydrate you. Right? Now, I don't know who the fuck was posting this. I think it was because he blanked it out. I guess he didn't want people to get shit for it. But basically, it was a study on caffeine and whether or not caffeine dehydrates you. Now, first of all, we know that caffeine is a diuretic, right? We know that for a fucking fact, right? We actually use it as a diuretic in bodybuilding. So we know that if you're restricting water and you take caffeine, you could easily dehydrate yourself. But that's beside the point. Now, put that aside, right? But they wanted to get their findings for, now listen to this. This is what's crazy. So it was about caffeine in coffee, well, caffeine, right? Now, this is what is in all this information, right? The actual study referenced in the post, in other articles on the internet referencing the same study, the study itself states that the urinary sodium excretion was higher in coffee drinkers than water drinkers, which means it depletes your body of sodium. When your body gets depleted of sodium, it can absolutely, more than likely, going to fucking dehydrate you, especially people that don't take enough sodium in, which a lot of people take enough sodium, but they don't take enough water in to begin with, right? So if you don't take enough water in and you're depleting your body of sodium, many of us that have gotten ready for competitions have had that problem where we've dehydrated. We see people fucking fall down backstage because their electrolytes and stuff are off balance. Why? Because they're restricting their water, restricting their sodium. They're dropping their sodium levels, they're dropping their which drops their water levels, and they wind up fucking cramping and going down backstage. Now, the translation is caffeine and caffeine consumption causes sodium loss. Period. That's in the study. Okay, that says it right in the study. Now, it was a 3-day study that it appears that the definition of dehydration in this study, how they proved that it did not dehydrate the person, was measuring body weight. Not measuring fucking blood levels, not measuring anything else, not measuring urine levels, not anything, measuring your body weight. Like, they weighed you on a fucking scale, and the scale didn't change, so therefore they didn't lose any body water, so they didn't dehydrate. Dumb as shit, right? So sodium levels drop. The body prevents fluid loss by releasing vasopressin, which causes the cells to uptake sodium and reabsorb water. Chronic sodium depletion will lead to decreased performance. Acute caffeine can enhance performance in the short term, but absolutely will deplete sodium, as evidenced by the coffee industry's own study. Coffee industry's own study? The study was done to tell you that caffeine does not dehydrate you by the coffee industry. What the fuck? That doesn't seem fucking weird to you guys? Like a company or an industry that wants to sell more coffee, and people may be saying, well, I don't know if it's going to dehydrate me, I don't want to do it. They're like, oh, no, it doesn't do that. Yep, you're fine. We weighed somebody on a scale, you're good. Published studies, right? Now, it was funded by the Institute for Scientific Information on Coffee, the ISIC. What the fuck? Yeah, it definitely couldn't be swayed one way or the other like that, right? I had no fucking clue, right? The researchers also work for Pepsi. Right now, the researcher is currently employed at Pepsi, which contains caffeine in their products. I mean, what could possibly go wrong, right? He has to be telling the fucking truth, right? What else is in here? He talks about if you intend to drink coffee or caffeine, then you should generously salting your food to prevent, dehydration, et cetera, et cetera. But okay, let's just kind of step back and run over these facts, right? So you have caffeine, which we know is a diuretic. We know that it works like a diuretic. Also depletes your body of sodium, right? Does both of these things. We know this, right? But in order to curtail that, because the general public, when they hear something like that, and here's a good, completely good fucking kind of segue into that. My grandfather's girlfriend, but he's dead now, she's dead. Anyways, my grandfather's girlfriend was on Oxycontin. And she was on it for her back and her hip. She had chronic pain. She was like 90 years old. She saw a thing on TV that said that Oxycontin is addictive. The next day she called the fucking doctor and was like, I have to get off this medication. He's like, whoa, what's the matter? What's wrong? She goes, it's addictive. He was like, what? He's like, you have chronic pain. You're 90 years old. You're never coming off this medication. You need to stay on it. But just by seeing something on the news or TV, it automatically triggered her into wanting to get off of these pills, even if she would be in pain. Now, when things pop up on TV, like you see the news, Channel 10 News Busters, caffeine dehydrates you, people are going to see that and stop drinking these fucking caffeinated drinks, which are energy drinks, coffee, Pepsi, Coca-Cola, all this shit, because they're like, well, I don't want to fucking dehydrate. What do they do? What they do is they have the fucking people in the coffee industry do a study that says that caffeine doesn't dehydrate you, even though the news already reported that it does dehydrate you, and saying that it doesn't dehydrate you is an absolute fucking lie. But now there's a study out there which is scientific, which now what happens is many of these people are like, well, how do you know it doesn't dehydrate you? Oh, well, there was a study. I read this study. There was a scientific study, and that's all people need to hear. All they need to hear is a scientific study, and they automatically buy into it. Like, they're not even paying attention to what the fuck really went on it. They can't even read the fucking study. They don't even know how to read the abstract. Someone will just tell them, oh, there was a study done on it, and the study basically said this because someone told them about the study that said that. It just fucking blows my mind. I'm like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. Like, the bullshit that is out there is just fucking insane. The way that things are manipulated and fucking twisted and bent, like the branched chain amino acid shit, was never anabolic by itself, ever in the history of fucking nutrition. Ornithine and arginine, the two amino acids that increase growth hormone in studies that were sold on the market fucking as a vitamin supplement for years, they never said, and I read the study and it didn't make any sense to me at the time, they never said that the study was actually done with an IV push of heavy doses of these. If you ingested the same dosage that they had in that, you would fucking throw up. It upsets your stomach. You won't even digest it. But they didn't say that. All they said was arginine and ornithine increased growth hormone. It was in every fucking like sports supplement. They were selling it fucking, in a 2-pack. They had a liquid that had both of them in it together because they were increasing growth hormone. But that's not what the study said. It was taken, twisted around, manipulated, and then shoved down your throats. And people go, oh, a scientific study says that. And then if they actually read the study, they completely go right past the part that says it was an IV push. IV fucking push of amino acids does something completely fucking stronger and completely different than if you swallowed it. Many times you can't take enough orally to get the same effect. Like, those are just a couple of things that have gone on in the coconut oil thing. Jesus fucking Christ, you gotta be kidding me. The organic coconut oil that was used in these fucking studies, and fucking nobody picked up on that. Very few people picked up on the fact that it was organic, it was like raw, it was this fucking high-end shit that was like $40 a jar. And they go to fucking Walmart and buy the $2 jar, and they're like, I took some fucking coconut oil, I feel healthier, my skin is better. It's like, it's not even the same shit. It's completely fucking different. You have no idea what the fuck you're talking about. But scientific studies say. And it's like, you gotta be shitting me. Like, if scientists actually stepped back and looked at this, I bet you scientists don't pay attention to what the fuck we're talking about. I bet you if they do, they probably laugh their asses off at us because we do the dumbest shit and say the dumbest fucking things that really didn't happen with them. But they know you're out there fucking marketing bullshit. They know they're not fucking stupid. But it's just fucking ridiculous, the shit that pops up. And it's like, it's never going to stop. You know what I mean? It's never going to stop. No matter how many people expose it, it's never going to fucking stop. Like, you can't, I guess speaking out about it is the best way to fucking curtail it. Speaking out and saying, look, just because there's a scientific study does not mean that study is fucking real, does not mean that it's legit, does not mean the people that are telling you about the study fucking can even read it and understand it, does not mean that fucking the effect of that study is going to have the same effect on your body. CLA is another one. CLA was like, oh, you lose so much fucking fat. I have never met a single fucking person in my entire life who took CLA and lost a single fucking pound because of the CLA without dieting or anything, right? But it's hyped up. It was hyped up as the best fucking fat burner ever. Yeah, where is it? Okay, they still sell it on the market and it gets reinvented where people don't know about it. They'll be like, oh, CLA is supposed to be a good fat burner. And guess what? 10 years ago, 15 years ago, we figured out that it doesn't do fucking dick. So be aware, guys, just because there's a fucking study out there does not mean that it's fucking true. Does not mean it's not fucking manipulated. Doesn't mean that you should fucking listen to it. If you want to try something, try it, see how it responds to your body, etc., etc. But be very aware, man. There's a lot of people out there. There's a fuck ton of people out there waiting to manipulate the fuck out of you, get your money, and they don't even give a fuck, first of all, whether they harm you or they fucking kill you. They do not give a flying fuck. So just tread lightly and take things at your own risk. You know, there's not much you can do to avoid, you know, the things out there other than just be as educated as you possibly can about them. This is me talking about being educated, but at least try to find out as much information about stuff beforehand and don't just stay on the first page on Google. Dig and dig and dig and dig. Go 10 pages back on Google. You know what I mean? Instead of typing in a keyword, type in a whole fucking paragraph. Type in a sentence. Type in as much information as you can get to get it narrowed down to as much, as pinpoint as much as you possibly can to find out the information about what you're looking for. Because I'll tell you right now, these companies, you can't leave it to them because they don't give a fuck. BioStreetTraining@gmail.com. Leave comments down below, but don't fight. www.BioStreet.com is a blog. It's a they don't give a fuck bicep, and we are out.